Hello and welcome to Bean's Budget Brewery. I'm your host Bean, and let's get into it. Today's deck is $1 Filigree Fling. It's a deck that wants to get out a big creature, and that creature's power and toughness will be equal to the number of artifacts you control. Now, in Magic, there are only a couple of these, and these are the only budget ones, so we're running both of them. But in order to make them worth anything, we need to actually have artifacts, and it's best if they cost 1 mana. Ceremonial Knife can end up creating 2 or even 3 artifacts throughout a game if you poke in for damage, and Silver Raven is just the thing to do the job. Too bad it's 5 cents. Secret Door is a good sideboard in against aggro, because it can block and just kind of ignore that other line of text, that's not relevant. But of course you'll need more flyers, and this guy creates a bunch of flyers. He creates a flyer every time you cast a 4 mana cost spell, and you know what's a 4 mana cost spell? Filigree, but you know what else is? Fairy Mechanist. And do you know what helps dig through your deck to make sure you draw a Filigree? Fairy Mechanist. It's a good card. It's only 2 cents. Oh, also Prophetic Giant lets you dig through your deck, and it can also deal some damage if you need to do that. It's mostly just here because it's 1 cent fit in the colors, and I don't have a lot of budget space. Because this robot guy is from Eldraine, and that was like 3 years ago, and it's gone up to 10 cents. And that's 40 cents of that's like half my budget, guys. Anyway, a Fling deck has to have a way of throwing its power around, and we have these 2 cards because Fling was out of budget. It's not because I don't like Fling because it's really hard to interact with. No, it was out of budget. And so if you have a big creature, Soulspire is going to just do a whole bunch of damage to one thing. But what if you could do it multiple times? Well, that's what Burning Anger is for. And in fact, Burning Anger is so powerful that it sees play in 1/5 as many decks as Soulspire. Okay. We're also playing Lightning Spear because it's interaction and also gives trample, and it's cheap. This guy can get you from 3 mana to 4 mana really easily, and you can always attach equipments to him, like the next upgrade, which is Bone Splitter, which will help make your flyers bigger, but also it'll make your big creature bigger by +3, because it's an artifact also. Lastly, for the budget upgrades, I saw that people in Pauper played this guy. I do not play him in this deck, because he's not an artifact. But do you know what I do play that's not an artifact? I play Togo, the goblin guy, because he creates an artifact whenever land enters the battlefield, and that artifact can deal 2 damage, which means if you're going to close out a game, he's the man for the job, or the goblin for the job. I don't know if this was clear, but he's the best card in the deck, and he's not allowed in the deck for budget restraints, but if you're going to play the deck, I would put 4 of him in. He's really good.